What's live, everybody? It's your boy Trayvon Johnson.
And my name is Ashley Logan, and we are your hosts for today's episode of He Say, She Say.
And might I add, you look rather dashing, Ashley.
And you are so handsome, sir.
Thank you so much, but let's cut to the chase.
Okay.
All right, no more Mr. Nice Guy today.
Okay.
There's this question that I'm pretty sure every man has been wanting to ask a woman, and we're gonna do it today.
Okay.
And we have Ashley here as the test subject.
Okay.
All right? So the question is, does every woman want a committed relationship from a man?
Absolutely not.
And why is that?
It depends on where she is in her life. Some women want relationships and some are focused on their careers. They're not emotionally stable enough. They're not financially stable enough to be in a relationship. So no, not every woman wants a relationship.
So why is it that when a guy tries to talk to a woman and approach her, she gives that same little spiel that you just said on, oh, I'm committed, I'm focusing on my careers, I'm focusing on my studies. And when a man was like, all right, cool, let's just do what we're gonna do. We both grown, you grown,
right.
Let's just do the deal. And now it's a problem. Why is that?
I think that a lot of the time, if you're talking about just having a sexual relationship, I think people mix up they intertwine dating and just having strictly a sexual relationship. So if you approach me and you say, all right, well, I just, all I want is a sexual relationship, we don't need to go out on dates. We don't need to hang out. I don't need good morning text messages. I don't need all that from you.
That sounds good and all right. But realistically speaking, you're a woman, I'm a guy, you're in the streets, I'm in the streets, I see you, I'm attracted, I say, hey, I think you're gorgeous, I want to have sex. Now, would you talk to a man like that?
Absolutely not.
So, where do we go from here?
One, we don't go anywhere because if you approach me like that, then we're not gonna talk anymore.
Okay.
One, you're gonna be physically attracted to me off top. So that's when you first meet somebody, that's what it is, more or less a physical attraction. If that is what your intention is, the first time we have a conversation, that's when you need to ask me, hey, what are you looking for? What are you interested in? And to let me know what you're interested in. Next.
So if we have a conversation and we're on the phone, and this is our very first conversation that we've had since me meeting you.
Right.
And I say, what are you looking for in a relationship? Or are you looking for a relationship? And you tell me no.
Right.
And I go on into plan B, because plan A is out the window.
Right.
I go into plan B and I say, well, since you feel such and such way about such and such, I want to have intercourse with you.
So you're asking me if I'm open to having a sexual relationship?
Yes.
I think it's all in how you approach it. So that way you're not being disrespectful to her. And because she, regardless of where she is, she's still a woman and she's still a lady and she should be treated as such.
Okay.
So if you can say, it's all in, like I said, it's all in how you word it. And it's where she is in her life.
Okay. So you say it's all in how you word it or whatnot. So I'm the guy, I'm on the phone and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to say this because I don't want to mess this up.
Right.
So we go on, we have continuous conversations and say a couple of weeks go on by. But the guy is still afraid to do so. Are you just going to eventually cut the man off and just be like, you know what, this isn't going anywhere because I'm not into a relationship and we ain't doing nothing? Then will you then begin to step in and say, hey, let me get that D, or what?
It depends. It's more or less like, okay, if you say that you're looking for a relationship, right? Or say you're not looking for a relationship, you're just looking for somebody to hang out with.
Okay.
Then, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interested in just hanging out too. Then you need to initiate us hanging out.
What is the hangout sessions?
Hangout sessions don't necessarily have to include dates because to me, dates are dinner. Dates are anything where you are like trying to get to know somebody on a more like substantial level with the end goal being marriage.
So you're on the street, I'm on the street, guy meets girl, girl meets guy. we have our phone conversations. We're going along the lines. We've been talking for some time now.
Right.
I know from jump you stated that you do not want to commit a relationship because you're focused on your career.
Right.
And I go on to say I want to have sexual relationships with you.
Right.
Where does the dating part come in? Now, is a man entitled to have to take your, or can we just get straight to the part where you on your back and your legs is open and I'm
Okay, so you're pursuing a sexual relationship with a woman. Your end goal is not marriage. When you're courting, if I understand correctly, that when you're courting a woman, it's to get to marriage.
Really?
Now, yes. Now, if we're going back to the whole sexual relationship, I think a lot of guys don't realize that you don't, and a lot of women too, I think we don't realize that we are not dating him if we're just having a sexual relationship. I think we have a set boundary. This is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. We don't have to go to the movies. We don't have to go to dinner. It is what it is. Now, once you cross over into going to lavish places and introducing her and having her hang out with your friends and all that, that's sending mixed signals to her.
Okay.
Because now it's like, all right, well, we weren't supposed to be dating, and we're not supposed to be, court, or you're not supposed to be courting me, but we're crossing lines. And I think that you have to have very specific lines when it comes to your interaction with the opposite sex or the same sex or whatever.
Now, is there anything else you would like to say to the fellas out there?
Yes. Guys, I think that you don't give women credit. I think that when you're in a mature relationship, that you can say what you want. I.e., going back to the conversation about just wanting a sexual relationship. You don't have to feed us wolf tickets. You don't have to tell us that, you want something when you don't. I think that's when you guys get and meet women that become fatal attractions. When you guys are telling us something that you really don't mean. If you keep it copacetic, if you keep it 100, you'll get exactly what you want out of a woman. And then if your feelings do change for her, don't have too much pride to let her know that, I think I'm starting to like you or whatever. As long as you talk to her and let her know what it is, you can avoid getting your windows busted and her popping up at your house and all that.
Well, you heard it firsthand from a woman's perspective, and first and foremost, we'd like to thank Ashley for stepping out on the limb and speaking for the women out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that will conclude today's show. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a good one. 5, 4. What's slide, everybody? This is your boy, Trayvon Johnson.
And my name is Ashley.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy Trayvon Johnson.
And I'm Ashley Logan. Oh. Okay.
So, men, I'm gonna ask you today. I forgot the question.
This is an Ujamaa production.